Welcome everyone to my channel. I'm Andrea, your automated trader, and if you enjoy my videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. In this video, I'm going to explain the basic functions that we will use most often on MetaTrader 5, which is the trading platform I use. This is the platform you see here. I know it's just been simply opened. So we have the market watch where we can see all the symbols we can trade, which our broker allows us to trade. In this particular case, I've also carefully added the spread because it can indeed be a very interesting and valuable piece of information to consider. To effectively add it, you simply need to right-click with your mouse and then proceed to select the columns option from the context menu. And from this convenient location, we can then freely choose and customize absolutely everything that we might potentially want to display and visualize within our view. So in my case, I added the spread, but if you need other information, you can choose from all the options provided by the platform. We can hide or show all the symbols. For example, if we want to hide one, we can hide them all. Let's try hiding the US 100. We've hidden it and it's no longer visible. Someone might hide all the ones they don't trade or aren't interested in. And then if we want to effortlessly see all of them once again, every single one of our previously hidden symbols, we simply need to click the Show All button. And with that single action, we will instantly have all of our valuable symbols visibly returned to our workspace. Now, it's important to note that the system has intelligently placed these restored symbols somewhere else on the screen, most likely at the very bottom of our current view. Yes, in this particular instance, it meticulously added each of them to the bottom section because they were initially hidden from view and subsequently restored to their active state, making them readily accessible once more. Another part of our platform is the lower section where we have the navigator. In the first part of the navigator, we have all the information related to the accounts, which I'm not going to show you right now. Then there are the indicators, where we have all the indicators provided by MetaTrader. And as in my case, you can have indicators that you have added yourself, which will be placed either in a folder you have created. I place them directly in the indicator folder, so I see them here. Below that, we have the expert advisors. There are the advisors provided by the platform, free robots, and then there are all the ones you add yourself directly into the folder, or if you prefer, you can create subfolders and organize them as you like. Then we have various scripts, essential services, and the expansive market, where you can eventually go to acquire indicators, expert advisors, or trading signals from the MetaTrader market, whatever you personally prefer. We will also very frequently and quite often utilize the strategy tester. So in order to properly open it, we simply go to the view menu, then select the strategy tester option. And in this particular manner, we will have the dedicated section where we can effectively and efficiently run our various tests and simulations. Now, let's actually see what we can effectively do with this platform. Let's take a specific symbol, for instance, and we want to clearly see its chart. To do this, we simply need to right-click and then go to Chart, subsequently selecting Chart Window, and our chart will promptly open. In this particular case, we've opened gold, and we now have the gold chart displayed. We can see all these arrows. There are a lot of red and blue arrows. These represent all the trades we've made during the period shown on this chart. So here we have all our trades on gold. The blue ones are buys, the red ones are sells, like in this case. And then of course, on the other side, there's the opposite arrow because that's where we close the trade. So a sell trade is always closed as a buy because that's how the position is closed. Here we are, we're back. There was a problem with the internet connection, but now everything is working. So we have our chart with all the little arrows showing the various trades we've made. There's an open order at the moment, and this indicates the stop loss. If we don't want to see the trades on the chart, we can hide them by clicking on the history. We also have some functions up here. This one lets us go directly to the end of the chart, and this one, even if we activate it, doesn't let us scroll back. It always automatically brings us to the end. So we can also turn them on and off. Another button that's very important for us is this one for algo trading. If you want to trade automatically, it needs to be active. Otherwise, it won't work. And then we have ED, which basically opens the editor for writing experts. This is the window where we can create our own experts. Moving on, here we find the various time frames. So right now we're looking at the chart in H1, but we can switch to H4, daily, or B15. Basically, we can view it in whichever format we prefer. Here's the time frame that interests us. For example, right now we're not at the end of the chart. If we click here, it will immediately take us to the end, and this button shifts it slightly to leave some empty space. If we want to make a trading operation, how do we do it? We have several options. One is to simply double-click directly on the symbol and a window will open where we can set the volume, stop loss, take profit, and then execute a sell or buy at market. Or, if we don't want to trade at market, we can place a pending order here and set up our pending order. The other viable option is to simply go directly over here and then do everything much more quickly and efficiently. If you need to be fast, just select sell or buy, set the lot size, and then click, and the order will be placed directly at market. Another very important thing you can do is log into MetaTrader, which you do through this icon up here, the one with the little man, where you can enter your details and log into MetaTrader. In the Comprehensive Tools section, you have access to the expansive market where you can conveniently purchase various expert advisors or a wide array of indicators, whatever specific tools you might desire or require. It seamlessly takes you directly to that very marketplace. Let's review, for example, how to add an indicator in MetaTrader. Let's take this indicator as an example. You drag it onto the chart that you previously opened. You'll be prompted for all the indicators settings. In this case, we'll leave them as they are, and the indicators line will be added to the chart. We can easily open multiple charts, of course. We simply go here, open a new window, and then select chart. So now we've successfully opened two distinct charts. Let's proceed to open this particular one as well, and this additional one too. For example, we've now opened a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and indeed 5 separate and individual charts. Right now we're only looking at one, but if we want to see all 5 because we need to monitor them all at the same time, we just click this button here with the square divided into 4, and it automatically arranges them side by side so we can take a look at all the charts. Now let's open a new chart. For example, this one. Window and chart, double click, and it will go full screen. Now we see that the chart is displayed with candlesticks by default, green and white, with a black background and a grid. If we want to change these settings, we right click on the chart, select properties, and here we find all the properties of our chart. So for example, if we don't want a black background, we go here and set the background to blue and it will change the screen for us. Or we can set the bar to another color. For example, instead of a black candle, we make it purple and it will display purple candles for us and so on. So here you can customize the chart and view it however you like. Now let's see an example of how to add an expert advisor. Let's take one of the expert advisors from MetaTrader, maybe one of these sample ones. You just need to drag it onto the chart and the expert's first page will open, where you have to allow algo trading, otherwise the expert won't be able to do anything. Then we have the input data for this expert, so the various settings. Once you've set all the settings, click OK and the expert will start working. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to run experts on my real account just for testing. But that's the procedure. Another fairly important and indeed crucial feature is using the cursor to precisely take measurements in specific points. So we carefully go to the chart, then gently press the mouse wheel and our distinct crosshair immediately appears. At this precise point, we firmly hold down the left mouse button, smoothly move it across the screen, and we can accurately measure exactly what we are looking at and observing. So it tells us the price where we are at that moment, how many bars have passed since the starting point, and the number of points we've moved. So in this case, 535 points, not pips upwards, and we have a percentage difference of 0.39%. If we do it downwards, ending at this point, we see that we have the price. 71 bars have passed, that's 555 points down, and we're at minus 0.37% on this cross. Let me know if you have any specific needs or anything in particular you'd like to know about MetaTrader. Write it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and stay tuned for the next videos where I'll explain how to create an expert advisor from scratch.